I said, that van belongs to my son. I need to get the stuff out of it. And they said, okay, go on back there.
This is
Nothing
Eddie
said.
Carey's in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and this is how that they make their money and are corrupt and crooked with the Anderson County Sheriff's Department.
You want to take a good picture of the building while we're
He's videoing.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to see how corrupt and run this town is, because Eddie Carey and David Nutgrass are right hand in hand, and they make their own rules and they get things done and brushed under the table because they got their money and they scratch each other's back. Just like David Nutgrass and David Mountainjoy in this town. I've been to Nutgrass's office with David Mountainjoy on several occasions to get Herbert Medley out of trouble when the worldwide news made about tying up the little girl. The grandma got 5 years, the mom got 5 years. Herbert Medley didn't get nothing because David Mountainjoy and David Nutgrass are best friends and got things taken care of, because I went to David Nutgrass's office personally myself with David Mountainjoy and got Herbert Medley out of it.
And it was Mountainjoy's idea.
And all of the zoning and stuff that Eddie Carey needs taken care of to build his stuff and all this gets done through David Nutgrass, because he's over the head of the city council. Just same way with Mountainjoy Stables subdivision that they're building. They are hand in hand, corrupt and crooked, and this is the kind of stuff that we as the people need to stand up and take care of. And this is the kind of people that Mr. Trump, one of the greatest presidents we ever had, is trying to get away with. I called the sheriff's office this morning and was told that it was towed because of private property, and the owner called. I went and talked to the owner. The owner didn't call. And then where it was parked at, 50 feet, either way, is state-controlled property, state-ruled property. The owner owns it, but can't do nothing with it because it's ruled by the state, where they can mow and do whatnot. The car should have had a sticker put on it because it was being towed, and the wheel bearing went out of the trailer we were towing it on. We dropped it, and
Like 11 hours later.
at 12:30 at night, and went back. I had AAA go to pick it up and bring it the other 3 miles to the place I was taking it. And when they got there, they said the vehicle wasn't there. I went to the owner. The owner said he didn't call and have it towed, that when he got to his place, that the sheriffs were around the car and they towed it. When I called the sheriff's department, they said they towed it because the owner had it towed. And then I called back and got hung up on by Officer Rankin because he wanted to act childish and couldn't answer my questions, so he hung up on me. And then I called back and got a supervisor, and I explained the situation to them that it wasn't on private property, it was on state-controlled property, and that they was supposed to put a sticker on it and get so many days before the vehicle was towed. The vehicle wasn't even there 6 hours and got towed. And when I told him that, he backed up, he stuttered, couldn't answer my question, and then he said, well, it's the officer's discretion. That is how Anderson County makes up their rules, because the people with money are tied in with the prosecuting attorney, which he is on the city council, head of the city council, that makes the rules on the zoning and all of this. I just want everybody to know how corrupt Anderson County is. And now my vehicle costs $150 for the tow and $35 a day. I've got 9% of my heart. I've got to go back to UK where they can pull the fluid off and try to keep it to where I don't have a heart attack and die. And by the time I get out, it's going to be $35 a day, $150 towing, which I've worked for Eddie Carey and I've seen him let people take it for nothing. He charges them, some of them $80 for towing, $125 for towing, and I mean, just he charges whatever he wants. And he has got a problem with me because I used to work for him and he wanted me to babysit somebody that had a drug problem, and I quit working for him, told him I quit working for him. He said I owed him money. I stated several times, how much money do I owe you, Eddie? And he would not ever give me an answer. And now I can't get my vehicle back because of his personal vendetta against me and his authority. But nobody talks about all of the drugs that he runs through his business, and where he's got the prosecuting attorney in his pocket and half the cops in this town. Anything Eddie Carey or anybody to do with him does, it gets overlooked. It gets a pat on the hand and they get probation, they get this or that. They don't go to jail. I was prosecuted by David Mountainjoy for stealing cows that me and David Mountainjoy owned 32 cattle together. And I was set up and I got prosecuted for stealing 2 of the cows, which my brother and his wife, Danny Cox and Tabby Britton, they were on the Stockyard video selling the cow. The check was in her name, and the only evidence they had against me was that the statements that they signed saying I did it. They didn't have me on video, and it should have been a civil matter, but where David Nutgrass and David Mountainjoy are best friends, and again, like I said, I've been to David Nutgrass's office several times with David Mountainjoy to get Herbert Medley out of trouble for tying the little girl to the bed, which the mother and the grandmother got 5 years, and Herbert Medley got a slap on the wrist. And before Mr. Nutgrass was a prosecuting attorney, he was a lawyer, and he handled my mother's divorce case when she divorced my stepdad, and the payment was he slept with my mother. Now that's the kind of prosecuting attorney that we need right there, that is going to sleep with women for payment to get things done. That's Anderson County for you. And I will have more videos to post.